You're watching Backstage with Ben Hall. I'm referee Ben Hall. On today's episode, we sit down with the bridge burner, Greg Romero.
Blooper reel. Ricky Tenacious warm-ups. Tenacious. Tenacious. Put that shit on Backstage with Ben Hall, yo. All right, here we go.
So I'm sitting here with Greg Romero, 10 years in professional wrestling as of December this year.
That's right.
You debuted in 2010.
Yep.
You started training in June of 2010. We just discussed that because I had it wrong originally. And really just, we've got a few things to go over, but the basic thing I start out with everyone is, why pro wrestling?
Why pro wrestling?
Yes.
I always give people the same answer every time.
Okay.
I always say I became a pro wrestler because I wanted to be a Backstreet Boy or a superhero when I grew up.
Yeah. And
pro wrestling was the only way that I could be both. Sounds cheesy, but that's always the answer I give.
Hey, that's a good answer. Whenever you were getting into it and finding a school to go to and stuff, I know you started at one school and then a few months later you ended up going to a different school. What was that process like of trying to find a place to learn how to be a wrestler?
So I just decided one day, you know what, I'm going to finally do it. I'm going to start training. It was during the summer between sophomore and junior year. So I looked online, and the first school that came up was Adrenaline Unleashed Pro Wrestling Academy. And the link they had was to a YouTube video of a little commercial thing they did. So I went the next day and signed up. And when I went there, it was so strange. It was a little tiny warehouse with a huge 6-sided ring, which the 6-sided ring I thought was badass because I was a big TNA fan.
Yeah.
But the ring barely fit in this little building. And I talked to the owner, who was a guy by the name of Kent Wilson. Mm-hmm. Not sure if you've heard of him at all. So we signed up. I was there for a couple months. It was pretty basic training. I actually injured my neck. I think it might have been a muscle pull or a sprain or something like that. But the reason that I left, one of the main reasons that I left was, so that injury happened. The owner and trainer didn't give a shit that it happened.
Yeah.
It was, you fucked up. It's like, dude, I'm 2 months in. I'm 17 years old. I hurt myself.
Yeah.
So he was being a dick about that. Ironically, the person that injured me was, well, he didn't injure me, but the person that was in the ring with me when I got hurt was Benny Espinoza.
Oh, wow.
BBW.
Okay.
So I was out for two weeks, I think. Mm-hmm. I had come back, and I was back in training, and I was, still kind of nervous, a little scared about my neck and everything. I had gotten thrown over the top rope, and I didn't realize this, but I guess there was a bunch of sound equipment over by the ring.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been that close to the ring. I got thrown out of the ring, and I came close to the sound equipment. I didn't hit it.
Yeah.
The promoter flipped the fuck out on me.
Yeah.
You almost ruined my $1,000 equipment, this and that. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with you, you fucking prick.
Yeah.
So I left that school, looked online again. What was weird is I had to do a little bit of digging to find future stars of wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Weren't they kind of new?
Yeah, they were only open for a year.
Yeah.
The school itself had only been open for a couple months by that point. So, like I said, I had to do a little bit of research, but I found it. And been there ever since.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know that was a long story.
No, it's okay. You actually went on to be the 2012 co-rookie of the year with Jacob Austin Young.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last time we saw you, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong here, was No Escape FSW in January.
Was that January?
I believe it was January 25th, a couple days before my birthday. Shortly after that, a couple months, we kind of hit this whole pandemic thing, and that kind of shut everything down. Whenever you saw that things were changing and the world was kind of like shutting down and things were dying down, like bookings were going away and stuff. What was your original thoughts in all that?
Oh yeah, the whole world shut down. Well, at first it was. I mean, I'm probably kind of maybe selfish for saying this, but I thought it was refreshing to see everybody kind of relax for a minute.
Yeah.
Kitty.
Our producer yelling at us.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks because it took a big toll on the economy and everything. And I won't get into all that, but like I said, it was kind of refreshing and calming to see everybody take a deep breath for a second,
Yeah.
And it's sad and it's unfortunate that people were losing their jobs and everything like that. But it was kind of a breath of fresh air, I guess, for lack of a better term. But with wrestling, it was terrible because everybody's out of work. All these shows are ending.
Yeah.
But I think it was good for the mental state and physical state of all the wrestlers being able to take a few months.
Right.
Yeah.
Heal up some.
Right, exactly. Because wrestlers go nonstop.
Yeah.
One booking after another. They don't sleep. They don't heal up. I think it was a good time to, like I said, take a deep breath and relax for a little while.
Yeah, I've been kind of following your social media and stuff, and I've seen that you've kind of been taking up some different kinds of martial arts and stuff during this time as well. Tell me a little bit about that. Why that? I mean, what kind of new kind of martial arts are you getting into, and just how is it making you feel?
Well, I started 2 years ago with the Las Vegas Stunt Academy, which we train in film stunts, film falls. We've done high falls, we've done bumps. They've even worked on falling into cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And with that, I've kind of found an interest in martial arts. I started taking up Shotokan karate, which is the same martial art that Jean-Claude Van Damme uses.
Okay.
Michael Jai White, Wesley Snipes, just a few actors,
Yeah.
Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat, even though he's a fictional character.
Yeah.
Ryu from Street Fighter, another fictional character. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, I took up the Shotokan by my instructor, Alan Woodman. Alan Woodman is the same guy that runs the Stunt Academy. He's been doing martial arts for 40 years now. He's in his 50s. He's been in several films, TV shows, doing background, extra, stunt work. He's been all over the place. So I'm in pretty good hands with that, I think.
Cool. Yeah. Like I said, I've been watching. You've been doing some really exciting stuff, and
thank you.
A little vicariously since I don't get to leave the house.
Right. Yeah.
With over almost a decade in wrestling, this is probably one of those things you get asked all the time. What's let's say your top 3 favorite moments of your career in wrestling?
Moments of my career?
Yeah.
Let me see. Well, the most recent would be coming back from the jaw injury, broken jaw. The first blood match, for sure. That's probably one of my favorite matches of all time.
That's hellacious. I loved it.
Yeah, thank you. My handcuff match with Nick Bugatti.
Yeah.
You might have been there for that, right?
It's possible.
Yeah. That's probably the bloodiest match I've ever been involved with. I'm trying to think. I'd say the first time I ever wrestled on TV was a huge one. When FSW first was doing TV, they were doing 2 a.m. on Saturday nights on, I think, MyLV TV or CW.
Like a CW or something like that.
One of those local, I had been wrestling consistently every show, and I didn't know what they were airing, what they were doing for TV. So every match that I did, I'm like, this could be on TV. I'm so excited.
Been there, yes.
Yeah, right. So I didn't even realize it, but I would DVR it. I would DVR the show every week, and one of the nights I heard my music,
Yeah.
and I was like, wait, hold on, that's me. And it was from a match like 3 weeks prior. I wrestled Mike Modest, my trainer, and I saw it on TV, and I was like, oh my God, this is the first time ever on TV. Watching myself wrestle on TV was mind blowing.
Yeah.
Even still thinking about it, I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you like me and shudder at? Oh my God, that looks terrible.
Oh, dude, all kind, yeah. I'm like, I need a tan, man. Look at me.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. First time I was on TV, I watched it and I was just like, oh wow, yeah. This is why'd they put me on?
Yeah, right.
This is crazy. I don't like this.
Yeah, I was 18 years old. Like, man, it was mind blowing. Yeah.
Well, to go hand in hand with you moments, who would you say 2 or 3 of your favorite people to work with in the industry would be? Who do you just kind of gel with, in there and have good matches with?
First one that comes to mind is Nick Bugatti again.
Love him. I love Nick. I'm actually trying to get him and a Maserati on the show.
that'd be a great one. Well, he and I have been really close friends for years now. I mean, we can pull the curtain back, right? Favorite opponents, Mikey O'Shea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love Mikey O'Shea as well.
I think I've wrestled Mikey O'Shea more than I've wrestled anybody ever.
Yeah.
When we wrestled for Paragon Pro Wrestling and West Coast Wrestling Connection, we would always joke like, oh, I guess I'm wrestling Mikey next show every single time, because we would do multiple TV tapings.
Yeah.
So we'd have 2 or 3 matches a night. Sometimes, there's been a few times where all 3 or both of the matches I've done were with Mikey O'Shea.
Yeah.
So he's definitely up there on the list. Trying to think of one more. That's kind of a hard one, because those 2 are the first 2 that come to mind. I've wrestled so many people, man. It's
I understand.
so crazy. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Yeah. No worries. Another basic question. Like I said, I'm still new to this whole video web series, whatever we fucking call it, thing. Basic question. You and the Greg that you play, in the ring. I mean, how different are they? I mean, are you like yourself, or what goes into the Greg that we see in the ring? The bridge burner.
Yeah. Well, that's always one thing I've prided myself on, is that I'm not playing any kind of character.
Yeah.
It's 100% me.
Yeah.
It's amplified, of course, for stage, but there's no gimmick. There's no kind of. It's me turned up to 11. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The nickname, the Bridge Burner, is not something that I just came up with.
Yeah.
That's something that I've kind of been given throughout the years.
Yeah.
I always say that I've worked for and been fired from every wrestling company in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I've always been bitched at by, veterans and higher ups. You need to quit burning bridges. You're burning bridges.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's actually try to have to kind of build them back sometimes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Most of them, I'm glad I burned them.
Yeah.
I just kind of embraced it.
Mm-hmm.
Told the announcer one day, hey man, just call me the Bridge Burner this time. See how it catches on. It caught fire, pun intended.
Love that. You mentioned earlier, you want to be either a superhero or a Backstreet Boy. That takes me to actually one of my other questions I had. I was going to say rumor has it, but we all know it's true. You have a Backstreet Boy. You have Backstreet Boys tattooed on you. I believe they're autographs, right?
Yes, right here on my left leg.
Yeah. Well, so how did that come about, and what was the feeling going through you that night?
Oh my God.
That I've got to know, because that's
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
I got chills.
Oh yeah. Pain Train, Dave Mazzani.
Yes, I love him.
Yes.
Love Dave.
We were backstage. We were all backstage, and I think we might have been joking, singing Backstreet Boys or something like that. And I had mentioned, like, dude, Backstreet Boys are my favorite band of all time.
Yeah.
And Pain Train overheard it, and he was like, really? He's like, are you serious? I was like, dude, yeah, they're number 1 all-time favorite.
He's not lying. I've heard this many times.
Yeah. So he like pulls me aside and he's like, hey, I'm Nick Carter's boxing coach, right? I was like, no way. Like, you're messing with me.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, and he showed me some messages of Nick setting up appointments and all this stuff, and even pictures of them training or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like mind blown. Really? What the hell? So he's like, yeah, next time they perform, let me know, and I can get you some tickets and stuff. which I didn't believe. Not that I assumed he was lying or anything, but people always say stuff, you know.
Oh, I understand.
So it was like a month or two later, and he messages me, and he was like, "Hey, Backstreet Boys are playing, you know, this Wednesday." He's like, "Are you available?" I'm like, "Dude, oh my God, yes!" And it was a couple days before my birthday.
Yeah.
And
Makes it even better.
yeah. So he's like, "All right, cool. I'll put your name on the will call with 2 backstage passes."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Backstage passes? I thought you were just giving me tickets to the show. Oh my God!" So you can imagine how ecstatic I was.
Yeah, no.
So I took Cody Hancock.
Mm-hmm.
He is the farthest thing from a Backstreet Boys fan you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
The Backstreet Boys were around. He was a rebellious teenager. He didn't give a shit about boy bands, nothing like that.
Yeah.
He'll even say, he's like, "I didn't care about that shit." But he's one of my best friends, so he, of course, agreed to go with me.
Yeah.
So this interaction was hilarious. We're backstage, and we're hanging out. And this is really nice, fancy area, little kind of green room area. Mm-hmm. And AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys walks through this little door. And me, I'm like, "Oh my God, it's AJ, oh my God." Cody has no idea who he is. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So he just makes eye contact with him and goes, "Brother?" AJ just like nods and walks by. I'm like, "Cody, do you realize who that was? Oh my God." He's like, "No, I'm not sure who that was." I'm like, "That's AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys." So he's like, "Oh, that's cool, man." So eventually,
I can see him saying that too. I saw that.
Right.
I heard that in his voice.
yes, right. So eventually they all come in kind of individually, and they all kind of, you know, they're talking to all these people. And Cody starts to realize, oh, okay, they're all wearing matching white outfits. Okay, they must be the band. But he still had no idea. So while we were all backstage, I each individually asked them for their autograph on my leg. Kind of explained, like, "I'm going to get it tattooed, you know."
Yeah.
Kevin Richardson has always been my favorite member of the band. He was nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck. Like, I'm going to have all these autographs except Kevin? So finally, it was like 5 minutes before they had to go on. This door opens. All these women pour out. And this is probably an obscure reference, but have you ever seen the Muppet movie?
Yes.
There's the scene where, I've explained this on a few different things. There's the scene where Kermit the Frog shows up and it's just his silhouette with a glowing background.
Yes. I get that
Yes,
reference.
that was Kevin. I'm like, "Oh my God, this is Kevin." And Kevin's so tall that I felt like a little kid, like looking up at him, like SpongeBob. "Hi, Kevin." So I'm like, "Oh my God, this is it." So he walks out and he walks toward me, looks down at me. I'm like, "Hi." So nervous, and I asked him for the autograph, and he's like, "Sure, man." He grabs me, you know, shakes my hand, pulls me in for a hug, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. I'm like a little kid. Oh my God, I'm getting hugged by Kevin Richardson." So their manager guy or security guy or whatever is bitching at Kevin because he was running late or whatever. He's like, "Kevin, we gotta go now." He's like, "All right, man, relax." So I give him the marker and stuff. He's like, "So where do you want me to sign?" I'm like, "Yeah, right here on the leg. There's like an empty spot." He's like, "Come over to the couch." And the guy's like, "Kevin, come on now. We gotta go." He's like, "Relax, man, chill." I put my leg up on the thing. And if you see on Facebook, there's pictures of me getting my leg signed by each of them individually. I'm just got a dumb look on my face, just like so excited. So he signs it, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this is it. I've got all 5 of their autographs." So he's like, "Hey man, enjoy the show." I'm like, "Yes, I will. Yes, anything you say, Kevin." So they did that, and Cody's sitting there cracking up at me the whole time.
Yeah.
Cody snapped all the photos.
Yeah.
He's like, "Dude, this is the happiest I've ever seen you." So we eventually saw the show. Cody had no idea what was going on. So yeah, that was, like I said, that was a dream come true. Man, meeting my heroes.
Oh, I don't know how many people that I grew up watching stuff I met just in the wrestling business. And it's so hard. Everybody's like, "Well, why don't you get their autographs or pictures?" I'm like, "Well, you don't do that." But inside, I'm like, "Oh my God."
Right, yeah, there's a few.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys saying your favorite band of all time. I know you're really huge into punk.
Yes.
What's your favorite punk band or bands?
Well, the Misfits, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I was trying to get us to a Misfits concert. I remember that. I'm sorry. Didn't work out.
What's that?
We were. I'd hit you up. They were going to be playing, and I was like, if I can get tickets, I was able to get tickets.
That's right. Yeah,
I feel terrible about that.
Was that the one that in 2018?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I ended up going to it.
Oh.
Yeah. That was their big reunion show. One of my other friends, actually Sandra Moon's older sister, she actually hooked us up with some VIP tickets and all that stuff. So
nice.
Giselle, if you're listening, thank you for that. I've actually got on my other leg the autograph of Michael Graves,
Yeah.
the second lead singer of the Misfits.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what my legs are reserved for, is famous autographs, I guess.
Yeah. Would you say that's your favorite punk band you've seen live, or?
No, actually, my favorite punk band I've seen live is The Offspring.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be awesome, actually, I think.
Yeah, it was, dude. I've seen them twice.
Yeah.
Once at the Brooklyn Bowl, once at the downtown Las Vegas event center.
Yeah.
The second time they did a double show with 311.
Yeah.
Which 311 was amazing. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know, right? Outdoor concert. It was like the summertime, springtime, whatever.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, The Offspring for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got kick-ass energy up there.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I've also seen what they're referred to as Flag, is the original members of Black Flag.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them at Punk Rock Bowling last year,
Yeah.
and they were astounding. Like
Yeah.
Keith Morris, the original singer, they've still got it. It was like seeing them way back in the 80s. Oh, man. Yeah.
What do you think it is about punk that draws you into it?
Oh, there's several things, man. I think that the attitude behind it, I've always been very rebellious myself.
Yeah.
Before I even knew what rebellion was, I always knew, like, there were certain things that I didn't like and didn't like to be told. You know, I didn't like to be bossed around. I didn't like people, telling me what to do and shit like that.
Yeah.
I know that sounds cliche, but
No, I
always-
totally get it.
yeah. And then once I got older, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. These people all feel the same way as I do. Fuck yeah. These people are weird. I'm sure they got picked on and bullied and beat up and stuff just like I did.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what drew me into it, It's what's weird about punk music and what's strange about it is everyone's so individual, but as a whole, they're all so similar.
Yeah.
You'll see punks with mohawks and charged hair and studded leather vests and all this stuff. Then you'll see punks that dress just like like you're dressing.
Yeah.
Old school punks, stuff like that. But they all have the same kind of mindset, kind of attitude. And it's so crazy to see all these different people mesh together so well.
Yeah.
People that normally wouldn't be accepted by other people are all accepted amongst each other. And it's just really cool. That's the main thing that draws me to that kind of lifestyle.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Other than music, you actually mentioned a little bit ago with the Stunt Academy stuff. You're getting into different kinds of roles and stuff. I know we talked a little bit. You said that unfortunately the whole pandemic kind of shut down something you were shooting at the time, but sounds like you might have something else coming up. Mm-hmm. Acting. Is this just a natural transition for you now, or where do you see yourself going with this? How's it feeling? Because I've always wanted to kind of be an actor, even though I can't act. Yeah. So I'm living vicariously through you right now.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, acting's always been a thing of mine. There's nothing I enjoy more than movies and television.
Yeah.
As much as I love professional wrestling, as much as I've been a wrestling fan my whole life, it's never really been the wrestling that I cared about. Mm-hmm. It's always been the production, the TV. I'll enjoy watching the NWO way more than I'll enjoy watching any of the cruiserweights and stuff like that. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but it's always been the showmanship and the stuff like that, and so that that's always been my goal, is to go from wrestling into acting. Now that I've been wrestling 10 years, my career's kind of not really dwindling, but I'm kind of just moving on into acting. I think it's a natural progression, like you said. I think I'm finally mature enough and in good enough shape, stuff like that, to be able to pursue.
Your upcoming role, though, you said it's kind of a small part, but
yeah. So the role that you mentioned before the shutdowns and stuff, It was a kind of a smaller production, but it was a movie based on the Blade Runner series. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yes.
I was playing the main villain in the film.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Being a bad guy is always the best.
Dude, yeah, hell yeah. Which we were actually almost about halfway through before we had to cut everything out. We had one of the hangars at the North Las Vegas airport rented out, and it was all going to be all set up and stuff. The outfit I had to wear was pretty badass. I wore this like futuristic long trench coat, had this big kind of futuristic gun and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty badass. I was really excited for it. That was going to be my first real role, you know. But things happen.
Yeah.
Now I've got this other part. It's much, much, much smaller. It's kind of a psychological thriller type of thing.
Yeah.
I'll be playing a SWAT officer, SWAT cop, which that'll be cool. You know, it'll, like I said, it's a smaller thing, but it's getting your foot in the door.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah, you know.
Just like wrestling, getting your foot in the door.
Right. Yeah. Gotta start
Someone
somewhere.
said, "Can you drive me to California?" And that's how I got my referee start. So
yeah,
you know.
there you go. Happens.
All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to jump into a new feature here on Backstage with Ben Hall. Mailbag. I actually put up a post the other day and said, I'm going to have you on the show. Let's get some questions for you directly from the fans.
Cool.
You said you looked at a couple, but you really didn't look at them. So this is going to be pretty much a surprise for you as it is me, if I can read my writing.
I actually avoided the thread so I can hear these for the first time here.
Yeah, I just want to tag you so people who are friends with you and not me saw it too. Because I like that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But okay, let's see here. Jody the Wrestler.
Yes.
Would like to know your opinion on the X-Men toys.
That was one of the first comments I did see. So that's a running joke between us.
Yeah.
Every time, because we would always go shopping at malls and Zia Records was, you know, big place we like to shop. And we always would joke, oh, looking for X-Men toys, like little kids.
Yeah.
Like, and we'd always find them and like, oh, get all excited. So yes, I love X-Men toys.
Yeah.
X-Men toys, number one.
Yeah, you got the little tattoo.
Right, yeah, I know, right?
You know, you got the Wolverine. My favorite X-Men.
Oh, dude. Yeah, hell yeah. Got a tattoo of an X-Men toy.
All right, here. Joe asks, Joe Vernola?
Oh, JV. Hell yeah. I love
yes,
JV.
ask, why did you stop doing your goodnight shout-outs?
Oh, why did I stop doing those?
Yeah. Apparently he had memes set up for him already.
He actually sent me a few of those. Those were, the honest answer would be that those are just a little too negative.
Yeah.
You know, I tried to shy away from negativity recently. And I know that those are a funny thing,
Yeah.
but I just don't really want to put anything negative out there. Even as silly as that sounds. Good night, everyone, except fuck this guy.
Yeah.
You know, just a little. That's why I stopped.
All right.
You know, want to put more positivity.
All right, let's see here. All right, next on here, Justin Borden asks,
Yes.
why did you kayfabe him at Panda Express at Sam's Town?
I did not kayfabe him at all. That's funny. I knew he was going to ask that. So the story is, we were at Sam's Town, Panda Express, of course. I think he went to say hi to me and I didn't hear him or something. I don't know. But I totally ignored him. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
So since then, he has never let me live that down.
I had a similar instance with Tom Howard, actually, first time I met him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
man.
think he remembers, so I probably shouldn't say that so in case he doesn't remember, but
Yeah.
my bad.
Oh, man.
No, I understand it happens.
Looking at
Let's see here. Austin Hunter asks
Yes.
your opinion on Old Greg.
Old Greg. I'm old Greg. Oh, man. Yes. Old Greg is from, are you familiar?
I
Greg.
am not, no.
So there was this British variety show called The Mighty Boosh. Old Greg was one of the characters, and he was a transsexual merman, and he would always talk about his mangina. Yes. He's got a bunch of funny quotes and stuff. Austin and I always, I'm old Greg. That's old Greg's vagina. All this stuff. Yes. In post-production, you should put a big picture of old Greg, like either behind us or
Probably
on the screen.
right here between us.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Yes, that's always been a big inside joke with us. Is the old Greg thing. Yes, you'll see. You'll see once you look it up.
Yeah. Elena asks, mountains or beaches?
Beaches for sure.
Yeah.
Mountains and trees and outdoors, they kill my allergies. So
Yeah.
beach for sure.
I just don't like climbing, obviously.
Right. Same here. Hiking, I can't do it.
Garth Wall asked, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Yes. Do you still have that footage from a minute ago?
I do not.
Okay. Well, like I was saying, I think it's hard to try to see the future, of course, but I couldn't even see 10 years ago. I wouldn't be able to say where I'd be today, you know.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, buff as fuck, rich as fuck, healthy as fuck.
I think that's everybody's.
Yes.
All right.
Fingers crossed.
We've got one more. I couldn't write it down on my thing, so I actually took a picture of the question because it's so long. So I got my Samsung Android phone here that's on Straight Talk, which is, I've got to throw that out there in case anyone wants to throw me any kind of sponsorship money. That'd be awesome. Probably not going to happen. But the reason that I had to do this is because it was a whole paragraph. And he started off even, Mark Heller said, I'm not even 100% sure how you're going to frame this, but here goes. When you go back and look at successful legends of the industry in the 80s, natural charisma was a huge part of their success. When I think of Greg as a wrestler, and what makes him stand out is a huge part is that he has the it. There's something about his personality and what way he carries himself that he owns the room when he's in it. And apparently there was read more and I didn't get that screenshot. So we're going to just click this real quick because, and there we go. Thankfully. All right. There's something about his personality and the way he carries himself that he owns the room when he's in it. Although the majority of that is just natural gift. He's really putting you over.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Greg is aware of his presence in the ring, and some of that is skill as a wrestler, knowing how to utilize ring psychology and how to carry yourself in the ring and fully develop the bridge burner persona. He'd be curious about your feedback on this and your thoughts on the importance of the aspect of being a wrestler, like charisma, authenticity, being conscious enough of yourself as a performer, and the details about how you carry yourself. Basically, put yourself over, and I guess he's kind of asking, why? Your thoughts on that and how you got there. And just,
Well, thanks, Mark. That's, wow. I love that. So what was the question really kind of?
Really the question, after I just put Android over here, it wants to not touch it. No, that's cool. My touch thing here. Really it goes down into, he's curious on your feedback on this and your thoughts on the importance of the aspect of being a wrestler with charisma, authenticity, of being conscious enough of yourself and performer of every detail. He actually has an example of when you returned from your face injury, you came out to seek revenge, and from the moment you stepped out on the entrance ramp, even though if people hadn't even followed the story, they believed you and were drawn into it. So,
hell yeah. Okay.
The importance of all that.
Yeah. Well, I think emotion is the number one most important thing in wrestling. I think it's only become a trend in the last couple of years where people want to see pure wrestling and, they just want to see two guys in tights, grapple and fight. But over the years, it's been the emotion, it's been the storytelling, it's been the emotional investment. And that's really been the only thing that I've really cared about. The only reason I ever tried my hardest to be halfway decent in the ring is so that I can get away with being an excellent storyteller.
Yeah.
My trainer, Mike Modest, he didn't give a shit about anything theatrical. He always would say, you want to be a wrestler, not an entertainer. You want to be a wrestler, not an entertainer. And he would totally shit on guys that were just pure entertainers. But me, I was so young and I was only 17 when I started. When he was telling me this, I'm like, well, entertainers are the guys that make money.
Yeah.
Entertainers are the guys that, that get famous. And what I've always thought about is if you can't put it on a t-shirt, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
If you can't see it through the lens of a camera, if you can't see it on a TV screen, none of that shit matters. What's that old phrase? They won't remember what you said or what you did. They'll remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most important thing. And I don't think anybody watching this will be able to tell me any of the moves I do or, be like, oh, that match, you did this and that. They'll remember moments.
Yeah.
Like when you mentioned when we talked about the handcuff match and stuff like that. So, I appreciate Mark saying all that. That's amazing. Yeah. But I think that's the most important thing is emotional investment.
Yeah.
If you're not engaged with it, then you're just watching a bunch of stuff happen for no reason. So, yeah.
All right. Well, Greg, man, I really appreciate you coming in to do this. It's actually, I've told you this before. I really I admire you. And whenever I first got to Vegas and came into this, you really helped motivate me on a lot of stuff. And I've told you that before. So you coming on here is a big deal to me, and I appreciate your time and stuff. Before we go, is there anything else out there you want to just say to the people, watching, your fans? I mean, whenever all this is over, Greg, are they going to see you on TV next, or are they going to see you in the ring, or?
Well, I mean, there's nothing really I can say, but I mean, yeah, I don't really have any kind of closing statements or anything. I'm happy to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks so much. I appreciate you.
Hell yeah.
All right, and thank you guys for tuning in. Find this shirt and more, including the I Survived the 2020 Wrestling Shutdown, at storefrontier.com/WrestleVegas. storefrontier.com/WrestleVegas.